Hi all my crafty friends, welcome back. I believe we're on part 20 now of the journal tutorial, and I just wanted to apologise beforehand that I haven't been here for a few days, but as I said in a previous video, my friend was coming down from Leeds to see me, and we had a few good days together. She's gone back home yesterday, so I just wanted to come on and do some more of this journal with you. Now I was sitting playing while my friend was out doing bits that she needed to do before she went back home yesterday. So I believe we finished here with this, and all I done was cut a little journal card there, and it slips down behind the belly band and just sits in that bottom pocket bit there, so it doesn't fall out when it's travelling around. So we're on another page. I have created a pocket for this page, but all I done with this was again using the little pocket template, and I just drew around the edges and the bottom so I knew what size it was that I needed. Okay, and then I cut it across at an angle, obviously, so you can see there. I cut that across there. You may hear a few big bangs and crashes. We've got thunderstorms on and off all day today where it's been so hot here. We really need the thunder, really, and a good downpour, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I just cut the pocket across at the top at an angle there, and I created a little border bit, stuck the paper on the front, put a border across the top, and then using another strip of paper the same size as this, I stuck it across there with another border bit, and that acts like a pocket. So I just cut two of these out here, and they can just slip in there like so. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down to the paper, to a file, and then we'll create a card or a photo mat, whatever you want to use to go in there. So this should, I've not actually measured this up on my page yet, but that was a bit silly, wasn't it? But I kind of trusted that the template was going to be the right size anyway, and it is, so there we go. And I'm just going to put some glue around the edges of this. And I just used my Martha Stewart punch and put a border piece across the top. I'm just going to stick this in here. Get that edge folded over. Move that down a tiny bit on that side. That's that. Just give that a very good push down. I might take a couple of these actually to hold that in place, because again the card I've used is thick, so it just needs something to kind of hold that in place while we make our card to go in the pocket. Hold that across there, like so. Okay, so that will hold that in place to stick while we create our card. Let's just grab a baby wipe out of here. I've had to shut the door and make up a little bed over here on the boxes for the cat. Here he comes. He gets a bit scared of the thunder, like a lot of animals do. You know, so if there is a thunderstorm and they don't like it, just try and make them comfortable around you, you know, etc. Or give them somewhere that, you know, they can go and hide and whatever. Right, so making a card to go in here. So we need, I'm going to need to get another piece of black card out. I bought a cheap packet of black card from the Works because it's a little bit more flimsy and it'll be better for using in this. It's a bit thinner. Right, so I'm just going to cut one at 5 3/4, so that will be for the length, and then we need to cut it by 4, I would say, so it goes in there. Just let me measure that and make sure. Your trusty ruler. So you're measuring the pocket, remember, this time, not the file. Alright, I'm going to go with 4 across there to make sure that does fit in there properly. Right, so then we need paper to go in that piece. So do I have enough? No, because I've been cutting away at it and using it. So I need, there we go, just the last sheet of that. So measuring this out now, I will need 5 5/8, and that's going to be the height, so I need to turn it that way. That's 5 5/8. If you're not too sure, Tiggy, it really doesn't help you keep jumping up here when I'm trying to do a video. If you're not too sure on your 8ths and your 16ths, then, you know, just count along from the 5 and do it 1 2 3 4 5, so that's 5/8. Okay, and that will be there, and then do that again across there, and then I need it 3 7/8 wide. Let's just line that up against there. Do 3 7/8 there, 3 7/8 there. Line that up across there, like so. And if you measured properly, it should fit. And I forgot to get my glasses out before I started this. My eyes are getting so bad now. Even when I sit here and look at these lines, cutting up them, it's like I'm looking at double almost. Put that to one side in your reserves. And make sure this fits on there. It does. So, I'll stick that down. I don't know exactly where a lot of you guys live, but here the weather has been, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to knock it at all, it is beautiful, but I'm not really one for liking the sun. It doesn't like me a lot. I get heat stroke. It's not actually sunstroke, it's a bit awkward to explain to people because they go, oh, sunstroke, where you've been out in the sun for too long. I don't sit in the sun doesn't like me. I actually suffer with heat stroke. It's the same sort of effects as sunstroke, but it's not even being in the sun. It's just your body just gets so hot it can't cope with it. It causes extreme pain in your head, extreme headaches, you're being sick and passing out, etc. My body is not too clever with this heat at all. It's lovely because it's sunny, you know, you can get your washing on the line, but please, please, please guys, it has been that hot that if you're going out, please protect yourselves. and you know, drink plenty of fluids and stuff, because there is absolutely nothing worse than feeling ill because it's so hot. Right, oh, now let's get that in there, like so. There we go. It's lovely in there. Let's move these out of the way. The poor animals don't like it either, this heat. There we go, so you have that, okay? And then all I'm going to do is take these two little bits that I cut out from that paper and just place them in there like so. Okay, simple, easy pocket. Okay, so then we're going to move on to our next page. Don't forget, I've not been doing it, but we need to cut out some little pictures to go on these pages here, which I will do after anyway. So let's put a pen in now. Right, so we need something for this page. I think we're going to use a piece of this because we haven't used a lot of this, and we're getting a bit low on paper now. So we need I need to cut a piece of this to fit in there. What I'm going to do is create a fold, like a flap to come over, and then strip the other side to hold it down. So what we need to do is we need to actually measure the file, because you will need a piece of backing. So I want to do this for, let's make it 4 1/4 by 6.1. 4 1/4 by 6 1/8. So need 4 1/4. And I'm not going to stick this down yet because I need to put the other pieces down, and you may need to trim up the edges a little bit off of there. By 6 1/8 should be there. 6 1/8 line up against there. So many times I draw lines against this mat, and because all the lines are on the mat, it kind of makes it look a bit wonky, your lines, but it's not really. Don't panic. Let's just make sure that's right. 6.1 and 6.1. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this piece out, which would be the backing piece to this. Okay, we're going to cut that piece out first, and you can use that to sort of estimate your other bits that you're going to put in. So if that's stuck on there, I'm just going to take pieces of card here that I've got left over from this. If we want one there, this is where I'm going to use my lines on my mat, because it's easier for me to get things like this lined up. So if we say that was there, move that back to that line now, then I know that's straight there. Okay, so I'm going to cut that there and there. And don't forget, you will need a little flap to tuck underneath the other piece of paper. So I'm going to cut that off across there. And you can use your trimmer for this if you want to. I just think it's a bit, see that I haven't got my glasses on, that went really wonky there. Never mind. I'm going to get my scoreboard quickly. Lay that on there. And I'm just going to mark that, score that on 1/4 inch. Okay. And then I'm going to fold that back like so. And then using the little scissors, I'm just going to snip those corners off of my flap. It just makes it easier for tucking in. And okay, so that will be there like so. That will go on that side like so, and I might even, you could even do these at you know, different angles, so you could have one so it's right at the bottom there, and then you can do another piece to come across the top, or you can have it in the middle and that piece in the middle. You know, it's not science here, guys. It is just playing, you know, just have a play. And right, okay, so if that piece came across there, alright, I'm just going to use this piece, okay, and I'm just going to score that because I like the size of that. I'm just going to score that at, again, 1/4 inch. Like so. And then fold that over. Again, I'm going to snip off my edges there. Right then, so what we need to do is I'm going to stick that side in first. So that one will be there like that. So that will open out, and you can put, you know, another 2 pictures on there, and that one will come across that way there with a magnet on there, I think. So if we just do that, I'm going to stick this in here into my file. Now I'm going to stick the flap down. I'm not going to put any papers or anything on yet because we don't know where we want our magnets yet. So I'm just going to put that on there like so. Okay. And on the outside edge, I'm just going to try and I'll put that where I think it would be okay. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center. Okay. I'll get that pushed down on there. And take your baby wipe. Just wipe off the glue on the edges. Then I'm going to stick this one down on the opposite side where I want it. I'm going to make sure you don't go too close to the edge of your file, because obviously you still need to open your pages. I'm going to place that there, I think. I'm happy with that, where it is. Let's get that pushed down there. Take off any glue bits. Choose a clean piece because it's right against that bit of paper. Okay. So what you can do now is you can stick this down in the middle where you wanted it to be to begin with. Okay, and if you've done that carefully, then fingers crossed they should fold over there nicely without you having to trim down any bits of paper. Okay, so I'm just going to glue around the edges of this quickly. Let's see. Awkward trying to kind of work with both hands but holding your page open at the same time to see what you're doing, if you know what I mean. Okay, right, just get that pushed down now, like so. Okay, and then that one's going to go across there with paper on, and then that one's going to go across there with something on. Right, so what we need to do is get a magnet. And as I said, these pages are really awkward because they don't want to stay where we're near the back end of the book. So I've got my little magnets here. Grab 2 of them. Grab my little sticky dots. And I'm going to place one on that side, holding them together obviously, and I'm going to place that at a reasonable distance about there, just so there's enough room to stick your paper around each side. Okay, and I'm going to slide that off, and on the opposite side of it place another sticky dot. Oh, it wasn't a very good one, was it, Donna? There we go. Okay, I'm going to stick that magnet back on now. So you've got that, and then just hold that down, lay that across, and then just stick that magnet down where you want it, okay? And then you know once that's covered in paper, that will be in the right place where you want it to be. So put my lid back on my glue before that dries out. And stick that back on there for a moment. Right, so what we need to do now is paper to cover these. So if that's big enough, I'm going to use the same piece on here. Okay, and I'm just going to line it up, leaving a border like so. On my cut down, stick that pen back in there. Now because I can't use my trimmer for this paper, I can't just stick this in there and cut along those lines where I want it to be. And now I've lost my pencil mark where, right, there's one just there. Okay, so if I place that on that line, I'll make sure that's against there. Then I can do that, make sure that's straight, and then that way the pencil mark is there. I'm going to put that against there. And mark up there, and then hopefully when I cut that out, that should be the right size. See, sometimes your lines on your mat do come in handy. You can go around all these with your pen if you wish to, you know, entirely up to you. So, yeah, that fits on there nicely. I'm going to actually go around that with my black pen, I think, that piece. Not too fussed about the bit that's actually we've stuck down already. That's fine. It's against black anyway, so. Okay, so if you just, you know, where all your flaps and things are, if you just measure these out bit by bit and stick them as you go along, and you won't get confused what part goes where and what have you. So it will go on there. And remember, place your finger over the magnet and push down your paper around it, and not going too close to it, because obviously you don't want it to sort of screw up all your paper and mess it up. And bits off there. Okay. Then I could use, see, that's still going to stick on there nicely, and I can still use a piece of this. I think that is going to be wide enough. There. So I'm just going to mark that there and there, like so. And again, using my lines on here, I will line that up there against that line, so I know that that's going to be straight across there. And then where my other mark is here, again, just place that there. Make sure the edge of your paper is straight on that line. Okay. And then that across there. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be just right to go on there. Like so. Okay, again, I'm just going to use my black marker to go around the edges of this. Okay, let's stick a piece of paper, some glue onto the back. Like so. Make sure it's up the right way. And then carefully place it down where you want it. Now, I know there's not a magnet on this side, but it is still there. It's on the other side. So just be careful, you know, as you come around here. Again, just place your finger over the top of where that magnet is. Okay. And go around it like so. Take off any little glue spillages. And then we need to do the inside pieces of this. What have we got to use? Can I use a piece of that? Is that going to be wide enough? Yep. So now I'm just using, obviously, you know, like your scrap pieces. Pencil mark there. And I can barely even see that. Oh, I just moved that, didn't I? One there. I think that's in the right place. So again, I'm just going to find the pencil marks and I'm going to lay it there so it's straight against that line. Get my ruler, put it straight against that line. Okay, draw across there. And then my other line is here, so I'm going to place that there, making sure this edge is straight along this line. And then make sure that your ruler is straight on this line. Okay, mark that there, and then cut that out. I really need to get my glasses on. I'll remember in the next video, then maybe I'll be able to cut in a straight line. Okay, just use my marker, go around the edges of this. I've actually got my son coming over soon with my grandson. I did actually ask him about taking a little video of Jensen and putting it on YouTube, and he wasn't so happy with that at the moment. He said when he's a bit older, maybe. Which is perfectly understandable, you know, they're protective parents, obviously. So, you know, sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to show you my grandson for a little while. There's plenty of time for that anyway, so. Okay, so that's stuck on the inside there. And then use another piece of that one. Just going to turn it around this way a second, guys, so I can actually measure this properly. Okay, want that cut there. Up there. So again, I'm just going to lay this on here, put that pencil mark against there. Okay, draw that line now, and then lay this on there. Let's draw that across there. Okay, cut this out. Like so. Make sure that fits on there. It does, perfect. Oh, nearly done that in pink then. That won't be very good, would it? Just go around the edges of that. Like so. Put a piece of glue on there. As you can see, I am working upside down now. It becomes a bit of a habit when you're doing these journals. It's just so the page can stay open, because you've got more weight this side now, so I find it easier just to turn the whole book around. But then obviously doing it that way, you have to make sure you stick your papers in and they're not going to be upside down. Okay, so don't forget there's a magnet on here again. So just carefully go around the magnet and push the edges of your paper down. Like so. Okay. Right, let me turn this back up the right way, like that, so you can see. Okay, so then there's a place to put a large picture on there. You can use this to put another picture or to write on, and then again got picture. Okay, and then that just comes over there like so. What I might do with that is to see if I've got something to place on the front of there. What have we got? We can... I wonder. Now, again, see, I'm playing. Cut right on the edge of that pink bit there. See, that one's a bit too small for me, I think. Let's have a look what we've got. We could actually, thinking about it. What have we got amongst this little lot here? See, now one of those could actually look quite nice on there. Maybe. I think that one would look better. So let's do that instead. Let's just cut the little, snip the little cardboard bits off where it's been attached to its card. Using my marker, I'll go around the edges of this. As you can see, again, I'm concentrating, so I go a bit quiet. I just try not to rush too much and waste these, because you don't get them again, obviously. Okay, and I'm going to use a piece of card, and I'm going to stick this onto a piece of card and cut around it. So just stick it anywhere you want. Like so. And then I'm just going to cut around this, leaving a tiny little border around the edges and try and keep it the same. Some of these pages might look very pretty. Some of them you might think, I'm not too keen on that one. But the idea is, decorating this with you guys, is to show you, you know, the different styles and the different ways that you can make all your pages. If you're used to making photo albums, for instance, you could use some of the ideas that you use in a photo album in this. Like this would be one of the ideas, but because it's not a bulky idea, you can use it in a journal. All you've got to think is what I'm going to use on this page. I can put a flap on there, I can put a waterfall on there, but is it going to be too thick? Is there going to be too many pieces of card? Is it going to interfere with me closing the journal? That's all you need to think about, you know. So putting this on here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers of paper. That's quite chunky to fit in one of these. That's why I try to stick with just, you know, a couple of pieces. Right, so I'm going to use this and I'm going to stick that on the front there. putting glue across there, and I don't want to get it, so I just put that piece of card under there just to make sure that it's not going to stick to the one underneath. Now there is a magnet here again, so just be careful where you're sticking things and pushing down. Okay, like so. So that will be there, like that. Okay. Let's stick that on there, like that. And then I'm going to create a flower, I think. So we'll get a little pad. We'll just use a scrap piece of paper. So let's just take that and cut a flower from somewhere. There will do. That's that piece. And then we want a smaller punch to create a flower centre. I've got a tiny little piece of card here. Oh, that I know will be big enough just to take that flower out of. Okay. Grabbing my black marker again. Go around the edge of the flower. Well, considering we were supposed to be getting a really good thunderstorm and raining, we've had a tiny little shower that wasn't even much to talk of, and I've heard 2 claps of thunder. That's it. But we really need more than that, because it is so hot, it's unbearable. It's just that horrible heat when you just, you know, your clothes feel like they're stuck to you all the time. You have a shower in the morning, a shower in the evening when you get home from work, and you feel like, you know, if there was a giant paddling pool in the garden and it was freezing cold water, I'd probably come in from work and dive straight in it. Right, okay, so we've got our flower piece, that's the centre. So let's pull this over, put double glue on the back of there. I'm going to place that there. Where did I just pop my tool? There it is. Like so. Tiny dab of glue in there. Place that there. I'm trying to get it as much central as I can. Then I'm going to take one of these leaves that I've used from the die and cut that off there. Put a bit of glue on the back of there. Okay. I'm going to place that one there, like so, and then I'm going to cut another one. And place it that side. And just under there like that. Push down in now. Make sure that flower is stuck down. And then I'm just going to take my metallic pen and I'm going to put a tiny little dot on the centre of that flower. Just because obviously we don't want to be sticking little flat backs and things in there because it's going to be too thick. Okay, put my lid back on there. So we've got that page that you put the pocket on, okay, with the little bit, can't, okay, so you've got your pocket and you put a little bit across here with 2 little tags in, a photo mat in the top. Okay, and then on this side you've just created a little photo mat, but it's a photo mat that you can use several times. You can put a photo on there, you can put a photo on there, and you can put a bigger one on there. Okay, like so. Simple, easy, effective. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages left, ladies. So let's see how much we can get done today. And yeah, we may be on our way to finishing this by later this evening, maybe. So right, I will leave you with that then, guys. Go and have a play, enjoy, and I will be back again soon. Bye for now.